When we deploy multiple servers in Azure Cloud to host different types of services like a web application, we need to find a way to load balance the traffic coming from the end users to those servers. And the way to do that is by using a load balancer. Now in Azure, there are different types of load balance, and in this video we're going to see one of them, and this is going to be the application gateway. The application gateway is a layer 7 load balancer, which means that it supports different features like HTTP, HTTPS, web application firewall, SSL TLS termination at the gateway, and many more. So in this video we'll see how to deploy an application gateway in Azure Cloud. So we'll be using this topology as a reference. We're going to deploy everything from scratch, starting from the resource group, in this case Contoso resource group. We're going to deploy the application gateway. We're going to deploy the virtual network, and then we're going to deploy the subnet. That's where we're going to be hosted the application gateway. And then we're going to associate it with the public IP address, okay, an IPv4 public IP address. And then here, this section, this is where we call the backend. This is where the servers, the VMs will be located. And we're going to create another subnet 10.0.1 where we're going to deploy 2 virtual machines. Now to deploy all of these, I'll be using Azure free subscription account, which means that you can use this as well. Okay, go to your Azure portal and let's go to load balancers, application gateways, and we're going to create a new application gateway. So here we're going to create a new resource group, and we're going to give it a name, Contoso resource group. Now we're going to give it a name to the application gateway, and that's going to be Contoso app gateway. Now the region I'll be using South Africa, Central, let me see, South Africa North. Yeah, that's the one I want to use. And the reason I'm using this region is that on the free subscription account at the time of this recording, this is a region where you can deploy this resource. Okay, so tier is going to be standard v2. We don't need auto scaling, just going to use 2. HTTP. Now we're going to configure virtual network. We're going to create a new one because we don't have a virtual network now. So we're going to give it a name that's going to be Contoso virtual network. This is where the application gateway will be. And here on the first subnet, we're going to change the name to AG subnet or application gateway subnet. It's going to use the first subnet 10.0.0/24. Okay, and we're going to press OK to save those changes. We can see that we're going to use a new virtual network, Contoso VNet, and subnet is going to be the new one. So we can click on next, and let's go to front end. So here on the front end, we want to choose add a new public IP address. So we're going to click a new, and we're going to give it a name, AG public IP address. Okay, we're going to save that, and now we're going to click on next, and let's go to backend. And as you can see, we don't have a backend pool. We're going to add a new backend pool. Okay, and we're going to change add backend pool without targets. We're going to click on yes. So we're going to add the targets, the virtual machines, later on. Okay, so we're going to click on add, and we can see we have 0 targets. Next, let's go to configuration. And here we can see that we have the public IP address that's going to be on the front end, and we have the backend pool where the servers will be located. So now we have to say, okay, how are we going to route the requests coming from the front end and how they're going to be sent to the backend pool. And to do that, this is where we're going to use routing rule. So we're going to add a routing rule. We're going to give it a name, and that's going to be a routing rule. The priority, we're going to set a value 100. Now the listener name, we don't have a listener, so we're going to give it a name, and that's going to be listener. Okay. Now the protocol, we're going to leave HTTP. Port is going to be HTTP as well. And now we're going to click on backend targets. Okay. So the backend target type is going to be a backend pool, and we already have a backend pool. Now the backend settings, we're going to add a new one. So we're going to give it a name that's going to be HTTP setting. So the servers they will be listening, so it means that these servers will be running on the servers. It's going to be HTTP on port 80. We're going to leave everything else as default, and we're going to add that. Okay, so backend target, backend pool, and backend settings, we have this new HTTP setting. Okay, that's enough. We can add this routing rule. And so now let's go to tags, review, and create. So we'll be ready to deploy our application gateway. So now it's going to run the final validation, and if everything is all right, then we can start deploying our application gateway. While this process is taking place, we're going to create a new subnet. That's going to be the backend subnet. And to do so, let's go to virtual networks, and we have our controls of virtual network. We should have one subnet now. So okay, so we have the application gateway subnet. So we're going to add a new subnet, and we're going to change the name to backend subnet. That's going to be the next one, the 10010. And we're going to leave everything as default, and we're going to deploy the subnet. Okay, the subnet was deployed, so now we can deploy the virtual machines. So now let's go to virtual machines, and we're going to create a new virtual machine. So I'm going to disable this preview. I want to access the previous experience. I just feel comfortable using this one for now. And so we're going to select the resource group where we want to deploy this virtual machine. So that's going to be controls of resource group. Now the virtual machine name, that's going to be the first VM. We're going to deploy in the same region, South Africa. Let's see, it's going to be this server. This site is currently unavailable. No, that's strange. No, this happened sometime. Okay, let me change to this one, because I used that one before. Okay, let me just use this one. So that's standard B2 ATS. So just make sure when you'll be deploying, because this one is free service eligible, but it's going to be a slow VM. Okay, although we won't be needing to access this VM, but just take into account that it's going to be a slow VM. Okay, so we're going to set the username, and I'm going to set the password, and let's go to disks. Actually, I want to go to networking. So here we want to use the backend subnet. Okay, we don't need a public IP address, so we're going to set this to none. Now I want to set the NIC network security group to use a common network security group for both VMs. So I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to change the name to backend VM NSG. So I know this security group is going to affect both VMs. Okay, I don't have to change anything else there. So I'm just going to click OK. Okay, so it's going to use this network security group, and I think everything is okay. So let's go to review and create. So I'm going to start the validation process. If everything is okay, we'll be able to deploy. So validation passed. Okay, we can create this VM. Now we're going to do the same thing now for backend VM2. Okay, so let's go to virtual machines, create virtual machine, same steps. I want to use the previous experience, and I want to select the resource group, VM name, so the same zone. Let's see. Okay, I'm using B2 ATS, so I can still use this one. I'm going to give the same username. And so now let's go to networking. It's going to be on the same backend subnet N010. We don't need a public IP address. The network security group, we're going to use the same one, backend VM NSG. Okay, and we can review and create, and it looks like first VM is already deployed. That's great. So it's going to run the final validation passed. So now it's going to create. Both VMs were deployed successfully. So now the next step is to install IIS on each virtual machine. And to do so, we have to download a script from the GitHub repo associated with these files. So if we go, for instance, to these template files, it's going to take us to this GitHub repo. So this exercise is M05, and this is the file that we need to download. Okay, so just download this file, and then here on the Azure portal, click on Cloud Shell, and then you have to import or download into this session that file. Okay, so if we click on Manage Files, we're going to upload the file we just downloaded from GitHub. Okay, so now we need to install these. We need to run these scripts on each VM, and to do so, let's go to this file here. So that should be install IIS. Okay, we're going to copy this. Let's go back here, and I'm just going to paste. Let's make sure that everything match and just run. Now this process might take a couple of minutes, so just let it run, don't interrupt. Okay, the process is completed for VM1. We're going to do the same for VM2. I'm just going to change here the name. So instead of backend VM1, we're going to set to backend VM2. I'm going to let it run. The installation on VM2 took longer than it was supposed to, and actually the session timed out, so I had to run this command to validate whether the installation was successful. And you can see that it says that web server was installed. So if the same happens to you, just run this command to validate whether IIS was installed or not. Okay, so now let's minimize this and add these two VMs to the backend pool on the application gateway. So let's go to load the balances, application gateway. Let's open the application gateway. Let's go to backend pools, and here our backend pool, we're going to click on that, and here on the backend targets, we want to select the target time to be virtual machine, and the target we're going to select first VM, so that's going to be backend VM, so that's going to be VM1, and we're going to select virtual machine again and select VM2 that was assigned the second IP address. So the routing rule is already associated, so we're just going to save this. Now this process might take a while, so a couple of seconds, just wait while the VMs are associated with this backend pool. Okay, the process is completed, so if we click on backend health, we want to see that the status shows it's okay before we test access using the application gateway. So we can see its status healthy, 2 out of 2, so everything looks green and shiny. Okay, so to test the access to these backend servers via the application gateway, so let's go to the application gateway. We're going to close these. Let's go to overview, and I'm going to copy the front-end IP address. I'm going to land on this page, and if I hard refresh this, you see that it's going to change between VM1 and VM2, and we have successfully deployed the application gateway. Now, if you took value from this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.